Ay, nag-ads.
Mm. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. Welcome to our very first Sphere Rocket podcast. We're connected. Okay. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys can see me now. Good evening if you are from the Philippines. Welcome to Sphere Rocket's very first episode of our podcast, How to Become a Virtual Assistant in 2023. I have a special guest. Hello, Ma'am Janice.
Hi, CK. Good morning, and good evening here in Philippines.
How are you today?
I'm feeling great, and I'm so excited. And it's my pleasure to be the very first guest of your
Yes, of
first
course.
episode of podcast.
I'm so happy. So, Ma'am Janice, how's work so far? How's it going?
It's very good. Everything is being improved and being discussed, being reviewed. So we're into like leveling up for quarter two of
Yes.
2023. Yeah.
Our planting season.
Yep,
Very
that's
excited.
right.
Very
Planting
excited.
season.
Okay, so to everyone watching, hello guys. This podcast is gonna be just a very natural conversation, nothing like the webinar, nothing too serious. So we're just going to be speaking about virtual assistant topics. Of course, the main one, which is how to become a virtual assistant in 2023. So without further ado, let's jump right in to the very first question that I have for Ma'am Janice. Ma'am Janice, for you, what do you think are the skills and qualifications that are essential for someone who is aspiring to become a virtual assistant? What should they have? What type of skills, characteristics?
Actually, when it comes to skills, qualification, there are really a lot, to be developed. But there's something that I have read. I don't know somewhere. I can't really remember, but I can, still very clear to me. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the acronym of letter ARM. So it's like ARM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so A is for adaptability. So being a virtual assistant, you have to be very adaptable, right? Because you know, doing virtual tech, when it comes to technology, everything is, every now and then, it's like few months, there's a new update and
Yeah,
everything.
that's so true.
And that's right. And letter R is resourcefulness. Because with virtual, everything is not being fed to you,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to learn on your own. So how are you going to do that? Of course, you have to be very resourceful. You have to maximize all the, everything that you can see, or that it can help you along the way.
Right,
And
right.
letter M is the motivation, right? So I think those three skills are not really technical or hard skills, but they are soft skills, because soft skills
Mm.
are not being learned overnight. And motivation, I have seen one of a webinar also. When it comes to motivation, it can't be taught to anyone.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
so
be
true.
inspired by someone, but motivation always comes from within, comes
Mm-hmm.
from you. So
It'll
your
come
biggest
from
why.
you.
Yeah. So I
Yes.
think those
Okay, so that's
three.
adaptability, resourcefulness, and motivation. Oh, that's the first
Yeah.
time I heard that acronym. I like
I
that.
don't, I don't know where did
I'm
I
gonna
see it.
remember
So
that.
credit to the owner.
Whoever you are, owner, thank you.
Yeah.
It stuck to your brain, Ma'am Janice. I like that. So, Ma'am
Yeah, me
Janice,
too.
there are probably some people watching now who, you know, don't have current clients, or they're just
Hmm.
newbies. They don't know anything about becoming a virtual assistant. That's why they're watching. What do you think are some effective ways? I know this is like a huge topic because we can really go in detail in this, but let's just try to make it um, kind of like a short story. What are some effective ways to become a virtual assistant now in 2023? Like, where can they find jobs? How can they
Hmm.
actually start if they're starting from scratch?
Yeah, well, actually, we've been there, right? Like two
Yeah.
to 3 years ago. So we used to be a newbie as well, like them. And along the way, we're here. So, well, how to be, how are they going to like look efficient, right?
Mm-hmm.
Virtual virtual jobs opportunities.
Yes.
Is that correct, CK? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, one of the skills also is you in line with being resourceful. Okay, so you have to be good at researching. There's a lot when it comes to um online, Google and everywhere there, and sometimes,
YouTube.
yeah, YouTube.
It's all
Shout out
there.
to YouTube. TikTok. So there's a lot of platform actually, right? And right now, sometimes even you're not applying, but if your portfolio is like on the web, they can publicly or privately, see
Like,
it.
reach out to you.
Yeah, reach out to you. So um you can have the opportunity. So you have to be very good or very careful when it comes to, very mindful actually when it comes to applying as well. So you have to
Mm.
look or watch videos on YouTube. There are lots of aspiring VAs and tenured VA who loves to help as well. So they share their videos just to talk about what they're doing. So just be very careful with no scam,
Yeah, with
because
the
there's
scam.
still a lot of
2023 na, guys. Don't get
yeah.
scammed, please. Oh my goodness.
But with a group or community, I can still see some of those,
Mm.
applying for a job, and then suddenly they're going to ask certain amount of money, and then they're not going to be hired actually. So
Oh
just
my
very careful with
gosh.
that. So researching, um,
Researching.
when you do research, it's not just about doing like just typing anything in Google. So the website itself, it should be what do you call this? You have to know if it's really legit.
Legit,
The website
legit
itself. Yeah.
website. Yeah. And actually, it's really
Just
sad
like
these
Spear
days.
Rocket VA.
Yeah, www.spherejobs.ph. That's legit, guys. Later now, we'll plug
That's
that
very
in.
legit. Yeah,
That's as legit as it can get.
that's
So, Ma'am
right.
Janice, with the topic of researching, I just want to give you a story. Story time. When I found out about virtual assistant, like
Mm-hmm.
the industry of virtual assistants, I found it through TikTok. So I wasn't really doing research, but I was just, scrolling. And then that's where I got into this like rabbit hole of virtual assistant agencies, freelancing, all of that. And then after that, I did my research now on YouTube, looked on Facebook, and I started to apply. So I started to apply to maybe like 10 or 12. And your girl got rejected to every single one, Ma'am Janice. Every single agency rejected me. I don't know why. But maybe it's my laptop. My laptop wasn't that good. I'm just being delusional. But since Sphere Rocket was like, I think the 13th or the 14th company that I applied, that was just random because I saw Kuya Eric. He's one of the senior video editors. Shout out to Kuya Eric. He's the best. I saw it on his story and I just asked like, "Oh, what is this job position? They're looking for a TikTok
But do
YouTube
you personally
manager. What's this?"
know Eric or not?
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
I see.
We're in the same dance community in Baguio because he's a b-boy and then I'm like a freestyle dancer, so that's how we knew each
Yeah.
other.
So before it's like a word of mouth, now it's like a sharing of stories.
Word of stories. Like if you see it on your Instagram or Facebook, but honestly,
You
it's
get
true
curious,
because
right?
yeah. Because right, I started posting Sphere Rocket job ads also when I started working for Sphere, and then a lot of people had no idea about Sphere Rocket, but since they saw it in our stories and our Facebook, that's how they find it. So doing your research can actually sometimes land you your
Yeah.
dream job.
And sometimes when you post something, sometimes most of the people think that it's nothing, right?
Mm,
But you really don't know that somehow or somewhere out there you change a life because some people we know you might not be that close to him to her, so they're not going to
yeah.
ask about it, but they're going to apply. So when they
Yeah.
landed in a client, they're thinking or thanking you at the back of their
Or putting it out there. So yun pala, Kuya Eric changed my life pala. Kuya Eric, you changed my life. No, but no, Ma'am Janice, that's so true because there are a lot of people who are messaging me and we have not. I mean, we're not really that close. Maybe we met each other once, or we are just Facebook friends like that. But a lot of them inquire and then get hired. So it also feels very like heartwarming, especially when our senior recruitment executives they message me on Slack. So they're like, "Oh, hi, Ma'am CK. I just want to share with you something." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, what's this?" And then they share a screenshot of the VA that they're interviewing, saying that I've been watching CK's TikToks, I've been watching CK's YouTube videos. So like, they're very they're very thankful for like our tutorials online. So yeah, guys, if
Yeah,
you
they might
are
not
a
thank you personally, right? But you're changing lives out there. You just we are not just aware.
Yes, that's true. And there are even days where, we all have days where we're not motivated at work. We don't feel like we're doing a good job and stuff. So those random moments that are like, "Oh, hey CK, like this is what this VA said about you, blah blah blah." It's like, "Oh, wow, we're doing good." Like we just have
Yeah,
to
and
keep going.
you also just have to believe that you're doing good, right? The result you might not see it in numbers, you might not see it there,
Mm,
but we are because the number of clients that we have right now, the number of VAs that we have right now, and
yes, we're
I can
growing,
say
Ma'am
that
Janice.
we are very different as well when it comes or compared to other platform out there.
And can you like elaborate more on that? Like how is Sphere Rocket different from other agencies?
Well, what I can really vouch about Spear Rocket, I've been to like different platform as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
agencies in virtual. Okay, so what they do is like they get some percentage of the salary of a VA. So that's how
Like a
maybe that's how
middleman.
Yeah, maybe that's how they really, um, you know, what do you call this? Gain profit or income from it. But with
Mm,
Spear Rocket, once you are a VA, we will never cut any of their salaries, and they will going to be handed over to our client, and they will be directly coordinating with our client, communicating with the client. So
mhm.
but as being Spear Rocket, we are there to support and to give guide for them,
Like
but
all the
not on
way
their
through.
salary. That's for that's totally for them.
Yeah, we're not getting a cut of the salary because, like, what Ma'am Janice is trying to say to make it short, it's like when you get hired directly, like the bank account of the um, client
VA.
will go, yeah, straight to the VA. And what about Sphere Rocket also? You have group chats and you're going to be like guided all the way through. Every week there's training.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a question on the GC, there are VAs who are going to answer you, internal team who's going to answer you. And for me, that's so important, which is community, working from home is so lonely, especially if you live alone like me. So
Exactly. Yeah.
what more if you don't have that community, like when you have questions and then there's no one there to help you? And some of the VAs, um, sometimes they're the only VA of their client. Like they're the
Yeah.
newly hired. So for us, it's
So they don't
different.
have anyone,
Yeah, yeah,
to ask.
yeah. For us, it's like we have the internal team, so I can message you anytime, like, "Hi, ma'am, Janice, like, can I have some help?" Or like my manager, Michelle, shout out to Michelle. But the VAs, when they're starting, they don't have that guidance yet. They don't have that someone over their shoulder to kind of hold their hand and stuff. But with Sphere Rocket, you get that sense of guidance, that help, and
The
it's so
belongingness. Yeah.
the belongingness. That's so important. It's so hard nowadays since you know being online, you don't really have that sense of like
You
face
feel
to face,
different.
physical. I
You
like
feel
the
not
difference.
normal
Like you feel like an alien.
with people around you. That's why you have to, when somehow you have different path, different
Mm,
direction compared to the people around you. So you have to look, or you have to be with those community that same passion, same path as yours, because you will
mm,
see there that oh, I'm doing a good job, or I'm doing the right thing,
right, right.
or I'm
And
doing the bad thing. You
I'm
can
doing
also
the
learn
best.
from it. Yeah.
That's true. Sometimes when you're in the wrong crowd, or you know that these are not the types of people that I want to be with. I'm not thriving. I'm not growing. So it's very important to surround yourself with those who are going to like push you out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
So yes, Ma'am Janice, what are some wait lang, sorry. How can you develop strong communication and time management as a virtual assistant?
Strong communication. Actually, it's not communication itself. Before, I used to learn about three C's, communication, coordination, and
Mm,
cooperation. And now there's one more C that I wanted to add on that one, which is the clarity. You know,
ah,
for strong communication, you have that clarity first. Clarity, client to VA expectations. You have to be, if you have a VA, and for example, I'm the client and you're the VA. So if I'm going to let you do some tasks, if I want you to do things for me, so it has to be, there's always clarity before we can communicate, right? Because
clarity.
communication,
That means like these are what you're gonna do. These are the
yeah,
tasks that you're gonna do.
expectations. What
Ah.
should you do and what should you not do, right? Or like, for
Mm.
example, even like expectation to ourselves as an individual. First, we have geographically, differences. You're in the US, I'm in the Philippines. So
Mhm.
time zone, so culture, everything, we're different. So the expectation, we have to have that clarity first. So one of the clients I had before, he used to ask me, what type of leadership you want to, you, or how do you want me to handle
Be a
you?
leader to you. Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. So are you someone that who wants me to call every from time to time, or are you that kind of person that who wants to work, with less supervision? So those are things, it's very important as well. You have to know what are the expectation and what will be your expectation from them. not just
Right,
being the
right.
client, but of course VA to client, for you to have that strong communication. So you have that clarity first.
That's so
Why
good.
why are
I
we
think
doing this? But like that, objectives, right? So what are the objectives and how to do the task, and then let him do the task, and then follow up or feedback from time to time. That's very important.
I like that, Ma'am Janice, because like with clarity comes self-awareness, and then when you're aware with what you're doing right or where you need to improve, that's where your communication, not just with your boss or your client, but also your team
As a rule,
members,
yeah,
yeah, your workmates as a
organization.
whole, like it gets better because there's no one. I mean, you will have no um self denial anymore. When someone tells you, "Oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that,"
Yeah,
but you know
and you're
yourself.
not
Wait,
guessing, right? You're not
yeah, there's no
guessing.
second guessing at all. And when you have receipts, like, here, this is what I've been doing. Like, look, and I know that I've been doing this. Then it makes it clear. But then that will also be not really a backfire, but having receipts is also going to be a good way for you to see, oh, I think I need to work better on this area because look, our numbers are not doing
Exactly.
right, or um, I didn't get good feedback from my client or my manager. So clarity, communication. Okay, what about time management, Ma'am Janice? Did you ever have problem with that, by the way?
Time, actually none. You know,
Of
it
course, you're
really
Ma'am
depends on, no, I mean, it
Janice.
really depends on people as well, right? So
Mm,
with time management, there's always like urgent and important. All are important, but not everything is urgent, right? So you have to like organize things first. Okay.
so
So
priorities.
yeah, sometimes people will say, I don't have time, for example. But that word, that line, when you say, I don't know where did I read it again. Okay, when you say, I don't have time, what people mostly wants to tell you is, that's not my priority. So for example,
Mm.
hey, you should go to the gym and everything like that and like that, and then you get it, and then someone tells you, I don't have time. So that line, that is a simple communication or simple way to say like, that's not my priority,
Yeah, and or
because
it's not really in my
yeah,
important
list,
list,
correct. Because if it's important, of course, nobody needs to remind you. No one should just remind you. You can do it on your
That's so good.
own timeline.
I like that. I like that. We all have time. We just need to prioritize and we need to see like which is urgent, what you're gonna put first. And
Yeah.
if you don't know your priorities, that means you don't have clarity yet. Nag-connect sila, diba? See, if you don't have clarity, you don't know what your priorities are. Okay,
That's
Ma'am
right.
Janice, we're gonna jump into the juicy question. Okay,
Cheesy.
the juicy one. What are some potential challenges that you can have as a newbie virtual assistant? For example, diba, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you're gonna make so much money as a VA. Oh, VA is so easy because you're working from home." What are some things na parang but wait, if ever you become a VA, you might encounter this. You might have a challenging
Exactly.
situation. For you, what are some?
Some there are lots too.
There are like so many.
Yeah, of course, because both of us had an experience working outside or physical, right? So the first
Mhm.
thing, there is no social interaction, and somehow if you don't have that social interaction, you might forget some things too, like um talking to people,
You
how
might go
to
crazy, guys.
yeah,
Joking.
exactly, if you're not talking to anyone, if you just let
Mm.
yourself be at home.
Good thing for me, I
But
talk to myself, so I'm all good.
oh, I thought with your cats.
And with my
Actually, good
cats
cat.
too. So I think I'm safe in that area.
So everything that we do in life, there's always like pros and cons, advantage and disadvantage.
Mhm.
I've learned this when I was teaching college students.
Right.
Okay, economics. Life is like an economics. Everything is it. If you get something, you have to give something. So give and take. So
Mm-hmm.
everything is in exchange of one thing from another. Okay, so for example, you want money, give more time, give more effort, right?
It's so
And
true.
if you if you want more relaxed, more, just chilling, so you have to like give up some of your work, or not getting a lot of money, like
Right,
that.
right.
So with virtual assistant, first is, of course, we mentioned that this before, like the sleep, the look
Sleep,
at
the
my eyes,
graveyard shift. Look at our eyes, guys. Actually, no,
look at
don't
my
look at our
eyes,
eyes.
you know, especially
And
when
why?
we're
Can you elaborate more? Why our sleep? Why are we graveyard shift, Ma'am Janice, if they don't know?
because our clients are located or based in the USA.
Majority
So
of
they have,
them,
yeah,
yes.
majority of them. So they have different time zone as well. So CST, EST. We
Mm,
also have Hawaii. So that's HST. Yeah. So that's different
see.
time zone as well. So us being, especially like, shout out to those working mom out there, work from home mom out there. So at night we're virtual assistant. In the morning we are, mom. We have to
Full-time
prepare our
mommies.
kids. Yeah, full time mommy. So we have to prepare our kids for school, and do some homework, review
Mm,
for the test, exam. So
so
yeah.
responsible.
So it's
Wow.
just you just have, because we're adjusting for our family, right?
Right.
Because this is the normal setup for them. So
Right. And
for
Ma'am
us,
Janice, since you're work from home, right?
hmm
Having work from home is also like pros and cons. Obviously, like what you said, you have more time with your family and you can, see your kids. But
yeah,
I
going
think
to
that one of
school.
the pros, I mean, one of the cons is like, work graveyard shifts. So that means during the daytime when your kids are awake or your family is, that's sort of the time where you should be sleeping.
Janet says, "I feel you."
Oh my goodness.
A lot of people, a lot of Filipino, virtual assistant can relate to that. Really,
Yeah, we have a lot of
especially during
mommies.
weekends. Weekends we have to maximize our time with our family. So larga larga, gora.
Yeah, you have to really just, you have to do it. But minsan, for me, when I first started working from home,
Mm-hmm.
graveyard shift. Obviously, I don't have kids or anything like that, but it was really like difficult for my body because I'm a person who sleeps a lot. And then when I became doing the remote work, my sleep was just all over the place. And again, a lot of my team members can relate to this, and everyone in the marketing team or Sphere Rocket team, it's hard because your schedule really gets shuffled. So for me, that's one of the biggest potential challenges. Unless you're already used to that setup, like your PPO, you have
Yeah,
already, I don't know, experience with another client somewhere. But if you're a new VA and you
that's the
are gonna
first
have, mhm,
challenge that you will encounter.
yes, having a US client and then having that shift with
And,
your day,
and one more thing,
take
CK,
care of
you have
yourself.
you have
Yes,
you have to learn everything by your own. Not like in, physical or, corporate world.
in the
They,
office,
they yeah, they provide trainings. You can ask someone immediately because everyone is just there.
like a
What
walk
to do
away,
with this? Yeah, what
steps
to do with
away.
this? What to do with that? But with us, you have to be very resourceful.
That's true. And with the VA industry now, with my observation only, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's getting quite competitive. Like a lot of Filipinos are hopping onto this VA industry, the career. So it is a little bit harder now, I think, compared to like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It's a little bit more challenging now to land a client because there are so many of us, right?
Yeah, actually, you're right. Well, actually, there's a lot of opportunities out here. When I started doing the virtual, I thought it's gonna be that hard. But if
Mm-hmm.
you're really good, or if you really, improve yourself when it comes to, just like what we talked earlier, researching, resourcefulness, if you do that every now and then, so you will see that there's a lot of opportunity in the virtual world. But you are also correct. The competi- the competition is very, very high, unlike
Right.
before,
But
because right
I
now
think,
we are all aware. Maybe because of
yeah,
TikTok, because of YouTube,
maybe. Ma'am Janice,
because
I
of
think
the
balance
pops.
siya. Like, virtual assistants are very in demand, and therefore, there are a lot of competition also. So
I think that's
I don't
economics
know.
again. The supply and
See,
demand.
oh nga no, the economics
Oh, that's
again.
marketing, I guess. Yeah.
Solid. Okay,
Supply and
Ma'am
demand.
Janice, what are the best strategies to promote yourself? Okay, a while ago we talked about how, you should be putting yourself out there so that you can be seen, but what are some things that they can do? For example, about their portfolio or maybe having a website. What are some of your tips?
Some of the tips, actually, I'm looking at my reel, one of my reels, because I posted one of this one of that question that answer that question. Of course, just wait a
Ay,
second.
wow.
Yeah,
TikToker naman,
I
Janice.
no, it's just a Facebook reel. Let me just check
Okay,
because
while you're checking that, Ma'am Janice, to everyone
yeah,
watching, guys, please follow our TikTok and our Facebook, our Instagram. We are always posting there the available job positions. And also, if you have any questions, you can type in the comment box below. Although I'm not answering it, some of our team members are answering you guys
yeah,
because
that's
it's
true.
okay,
I love
maybe
this
later.
Crockett is very supportive. Yeah, I believe.
Aw, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, did you
So
find it now, Ma'am Janice?
yeah, the first thing that I did when I started doing the virtual assistant first is define your service and offering by identifying both your hard and soft skills, especially when you're newbie. You really don't know where to start because many of those aspiring VAs, they thought
Yeah,
if they have this 5 years of experience being operations manager, or they have this like 10, 12, 15 years of being restaurant manager, they thought they can just land as easy as that. With
easy.
virtual
Mm.
assistant, yeah, you will start at zero, you know, because here in virtual assistant, you are selling your skills and not your years of experience. So you have to know what are the hard skills and soft skills. Whenever someone asks me, like, what should I do? First is you have to, like, for example, I don't have any experience with a VA, like this and like that. So the first thing that I tell them is you have to highlight
Mhm.
those skills that you've learned from those experience. You used to be a BPO,
Mm.
what do you call CSR, customer service representative. So what is the skills that you can connect, or um you can use when you're going to be a virtual assistant? Of course, the com skills, right? Because they're
Right.
talking
Or
to,
cold
they're used to that.
calling.
Cold
Mm-hmm.
calling, yeah. So, and then, like, for example, they've been accounting assistant somewhere out there, so they can, like, analytical skills.
Right.
So I'm good.
Bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Ah, shout out Ma'am Melody.
So I'm telling the skills, and then you're telling the role,
Yeah.
or the job positions, or job
Balance.
openings here in your racket. So yeah,
Your
that's
rocket.
how it is. If you're a newbie, highlight those hard skills and soft skills,
Yes,
because
yes.
the clients are really going to look into that rather than your years of experience. I've been doing this for 10 years, for 12 years, 15 years, but what have you learned on those years, right?
Yeah, and
So
how
you
can you
have,
apply that as a VA?
yeah, correct.
Yes. Okay, so, Ma'am Janice, I just want to like talk to the people, talking to you guys, right? Talk to the people who are watching now.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get comments or I see it online na parang, there's not enough room enough for me. It's too broad. Like my niche is not getting accepted anymore. What are the niches? Ganto ganyan. But honestly, guys, nowadays clients want so many different types of VAs. So, for
Yeah,
example, video
unicorn,
editor, video
or
editor, or
a little bit
social
of
media
everything. You
manager.
can say
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
right?
And also, sometimes they think that the skills that they have aren't important because they're seeing the more in demand sort of type of VAs, but actually the ones that are the ones the skills that they aren't marketing properly is what the client needs.
Yeah.
So there is always room for everyone. Like honestly, we shouldn't have that scarcity mindset like, oh, there's not enough room for me, there's not enough jobs anymore. Like you always need to know that no, there is a flow of abundance. We will always
Yeah.
have a role for us. If it's not yet for us, and that means it's not yet our
And
time.
avoid comparing yourself to others,
That's so
right?
true. Like, oh my gosh, that
You
VA
just have
already has
to,
a
if you're
client.
going to
What about
compare
me?
yourself, compare it to yourself again. Better every day. That's one of the core values in Spirit Racket. Better every day. So
Yeah.
if you read
Me
one
versus
page of a
me.
book here, yeah, if you read one page of the book now, you know better than yesterday. You've
Yeah.
learned a little bit of than yesterday. I have been I also read this book, Atomic Habit. It talks about.
I'm reading that too, Ma'am Jan. My reaction.
I love it too.
I have that book too, but I
Yeah,
didn't finish it yet.
it's really true, right? So I started like imparting that to my kids, like doing tiny things, tiny changes makes remarkable result, right? So
Yes.
if you
Tiny
wash the
changes every
dishes
day.
today, like if you're going to drink water and then if you're going to wash it, so our sink will never be so
Full.
messy. Yeah,
Ah,
that's
looks at
tiny.
my sink.
So same here, with virtual assistant or in any work, I guess. If you can do it today, then do it today. Don't
Yeah,
wait
just
for
get it done.
tomorrow. Yeah.
That's such good advice for me. You know what? I'm gonna lug myself. Before, actually, just recently, I had the coaching call with my manager, and one of the things she told me was like, "CK, you're such a hard worker." I'm like, thank you, Michelle." She's like, "But you need to work
Shout out to
smarter."
Michelle.
And then at first I was like, "What is she talking about?" And then I realized, oh, nga, no, she has so many points. She has really. Why can't I make my job easier by just doing it now instead of being, because I'm such a procrastinator, Ma'am Janice. I don't know. I've always had that sickness. Sickness.
Procrastination.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
procrastination.
later I can do it. I
Yeah,
still
I
have
still
time.
have time. Oh, and I'm the type of person like I need to
Oh,
work
your
under
your
pressure.
time management is not there too. If it's like that, right?
I think so. Yeah, but now it's not like that. Okay, it's getting better now. But like before, especially like if the
Let's
deadline
ask
is
Michelle. Is that true? No,
Michelle,
just
so Ma'am
joking.
Janice, it's true. Okay, joke. If the deadline is not tomorrow or in an hour, like I'm not gonna do it. And I got called out for that. That's when Michelle told me, like, you're not working smart. You're giving yourself a hard time. You're the one who is putting so much on
And
your
we're-
plate because you're gonna
and
do it all
you
at
will do a
once.
lot of cramming.
Instead of just,
And the
being
quality,
smart with your
you will
time.
sacrifice the quality as well because of
Agree.
course deadline, and then you're gonna rush it out, rush, so the quality might.
That's true, but most of the time kasi I get it done. Like the deadline and the quality is good, and that's why I keep doing it. But then eventually it's not sustainable, guys. Okay? If you're like me, you're really good at working under
Well,
pressure, very last
there
minute.
are people like you that if they do it like very late or rush, they can do it
Mm-mm.
immediately because it's a rush. But what
Right.
if what we want to avoid there is, what if there's something that is um unusual circumstances happen.
Yeah, there's an
So if you're going to do it
emergency.
already, yeah, there's no electricity. Oh my.
Oh
So we'll not
no.
finish it.
Right. I think that's what it's called, like the sustainability. I think it's because it gives me an adrenaline rush. No, maybe there's something wrong with me too. It gives me an adrenaline rush when I'm under pressure, and then it makes me like pump out the good content sometimes if I'm doing it last minute. But I realized, oh no, I have
You might do it
burnout.
better.
I got burnout, and then only recently, I was talking to Michelle about that, and she also saw it.
You can
Like
apply the atomic habit there. CK.
the little
Do
things
little
every
things,
day.
tiny changes
Yeah,
every
now I'm
day.
doing that, and it's a very big help. And the delegation also, because for me, I thought that I should do it all by myself, all at once. But then Michelle was saying, no, like you have a team, CK. Like maximize the team. And then now I've been
Let's not forget our, on-site CEO there. Some shout out to Miss Shireen Mendoza
yes. And
for
then now
building
it's like,
a company like this too.
oh, Ma'am Janice, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay, there. Okay, sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second. Thought we
Oh,
were having
because of this. I'm gonna promote this. This
promote or
headset.
de-promote.
It's very noise cancellation. Feature, because whatever you put just like this. See.
Wait,
So
what? What about
Yes.
mine? Ay, mine is not mine's just chippy pie. That's why it doesn't work. What's
This is
yours, Ma'am Janice?
Let me see. Let me check. This is Jabra. Forgot. Wait, I'm
Mine is
checking my.
Playtronics.
Oh, I forgot the name, and I can see it here now. Tinignan ko talaga.
How much
Here,
is that,
here,
Ma'am
here.
Janice?
I don't
Nag-promote.
know if this been. I think it's been with me like 2 years already. Jabra B's
Mm.
2400 too. Yeah, it's very because I didn't notice that. So whenever I'm in Zoom and then I put like
We can't hear you.
or like
Yeah. That's a really good noise. I think that's the most noise canceling headset I've ever heard ever.
yeah, I didn't. I'm not aware too before. I just love it because it's tiny, so you
Mm-mm.
can. So now we're talking about tools and equipment. Right?
So yes,
Very
that's why
helpful.
everything under the sun of virtual assistants, guys. If
Yeah.
you want to buy, not mine, the one that Ma'am Janice has, but mine still works. I mean, if you're under budget, I think I
Yeah,
got this for free.
it's really really depends on the job that you have.
Oh yeah.
For those who have voice like ISA or cold callers, they can
That's
have
perfect.
like
Yeah. Okay, we're
it's
gonna move
that, it's
on
okay.
to our next question. Ma'am Janice, how can virtual assistants stay updated with like the latest tools? Right, a while ago we were talking about how it's such a fast-paced industry. So how can you stay updated with the tools, like the software applications, to improve their productivity?
Oh my god, how are you going to be updated? Sometimes I'm always late with that. It's like, oh, there's a new one. But I think it will always if you love my husband, if you're going to see his Facebook account,
Yeah.
there's a lot of about ads, about topic, about what do you call this? Like articles.
Mm-hmm.
So he's always updated to everything, like what's happening, everything under the sun. So I think subscribing to like legit again, I forget the right term, but it's like because there's a lot of there's a lot of go to places in
Where you can get
online.
updates.
Yeah, but you have to. It should be verified and trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. So I want to talk about AI because a lot of people nowadays they're getting scared because they're saying that, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose my job because there's AI now. No, a lot of people are like complaining that we shouldn't have these AI tools because it's taking away from the writers or from even video editors nowadays. There are apps that cut videos for you. It's kind of scary
Yeah.
actually. But for me, I actually don't believe that humans are gonna get replaced because I believe that Miss Universe, I believe that if you are a virtual assistant who knows how to use AI, like example, you know how to utilize Chat GPT or other AI tools, Grammarly, whatever, Adobe, like there are some Adobe AI tools that are very advanced now. If you are a virtual assistant who knows how to utilize that, you're going to be hard to replace because robots
Yeah.
don't have brains like humans. Yeah, they can
They're
do
programmed. That's it. Because they're programmed.
they're
So
programmed, but then if we're going to example do copywriting or social media that caters to humans with feelings, with emotions, robots can't really get to that um pinpoint because sometimes it becomes very like generic. I don't know if you see
it's
some
just like about reading
captions.
some, what do you call this? Reading articles without even facts, or I don't know how to explain it. But yeah,
Right,
you're
right.
right.
I get it. There are some captions that are just like you can tell that a robot has written it or AI has written it, and it just doesn't hit the same. But anyway, I'm gonna do a little segue here.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out because this comment made me laugh. It's from John Levi Cern
Yeah, I
Apakahin.
saw that
Full
too, I
name?
think.
My ears have noise canceling every time someone wants me to walis the floor. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know.
I
And
think we
then
all
somebody
have that. Don't worry. We all have the noise cancellation ears.
when
Selective
someone asks you to
listening.
do something.
Selective listening, I didn't hear
Oh,
anything.
Ma'am Janice, I have a question. This is kind of
Mm.
serious.
Yeah.
This is from Jenilyn Dagang. She said, I wasn't able to attend the initial interview a while ago. Is it possible to reschedule it? I have no laptop, but I'm willing to buy ASAP.
Yeah, she can still reschedule it.
Mm.
Janeline, I think, or if you're one of those applicants who receive Calendly link, so you can still go to that link and schedule your interview.
Reschedule it. Ah, okay. And then do they have to like message on email or just the Calendly link is okay?
Yeah, because in
okay.
Calendly link they're just going to choose dates and time when do they want to have that initial interview.
I see. Oh, by the way, guys, this is not recorded. The reason why I'm not answering your questions is because I'm focusing on the conversation. But then now we're open to answering questions about
Yeah.
anything. About your life, tell us what you ate today. Okay lang naman. There's nothing wrong. What about you, Ma'am Janice? What did you eat today?
For the whole day, I just had cheeseburger.
Oh, McDo.
Yeah,
Wow,
pickles.
it's my favorite. It's my favorite. For the whole day today, I just had an
Yeah.
apple. Just one
Oh my
apple. But
god.
I'll eat later after.
After this,
Yeah, after this. Wait, I'm waiting for
I
more.
think
I'm waiting for more
I know
comments.
someone there in the comment section.
Really, you can give them a shout out, by
Yeah,
the way.
Lyrics PH. Mega love shout out to you. Great noise canceling headset.
Yawn.
I believe she's my high school friend. High
Oh,
school.
shout out to you, Paul.
Since
Thank you for
my
watching and
friend since high
supporting.
school. Yeah.
Aw, that's so cute. They're watching you. If anyone
Very
there
supportive.
who knows me, who's watching, come on, comment down below. I'm competitive.
But they know they all know you. You're CK.
Oh.
You know the
No,
face
I mean like
of Spear
personally,
Racket
like my
here.
friends.
Oh. And Janeline, you're welcome.
Is there any more? Are there any more comments? If you
Oh yeah,
want
from
to
John
scroll up.
Levy again. I think AI will replace some jobs, but at the same time, it will demand people to develop it. Exactly. That's what I want to say
Yes,
to you.
exactly.
John, because they're programmed, and who programmed them? Of course, human, right?
That's true.
So,
But
you
it's
know,
also scary. It's getting scary nowadays
is.
how advanced they are. But we shouldn't be living in fear. It's okay. Okay lang.
Yeah,
And the Philippines is kind of
every
late
day is
naman eh.
exactly.
We're late, so the
Is that a good
Americans
thing?
will. Well,
But
there's a pros and cons.
are, our clients are from the US. There's Card Captor Sakura. Thank you for this podcast. How would
Oh,
I
I saw
ace the interview?
that.
What would be the next steps after the initial interview? Thanks.
Okay.
Card Captor Sakura, if you are a non-experienced VA, you will be having follow-up or second interview. So they will be digging deeper about your work experience and technical and
Mm-hmm.
hard skills and soft skills. So how are you
Me,
going
can
to
I give
ace it?
advice of
Yeah,
the
sure,
interview?
sure.
You can give the advice in the next steps after the final interview. Okay, so Card Captor Sakura, how would I ace the interview? Okay, so this is what you're gonna do. First of all, do not be late. Oh my goodness. If the recruitment executives, SREs are waiting for you, sis, that's not a good sign, okay? Second, dress formal. I know we're just at home. I know, I understand.
Or-
But if
or-
you wear like
Let's say casual.
okay,
Presentable.
casual.
Yeah.
For me, no. If I interview
It's
talagang
really formal.
magpa-formal talaga ako. Yeah, because
So
you know
it's
why, Ma'am
blazer,
Janice? If you have aircon, but if you don't have aircon, okay lang. Don't blazer na, guys. No, but you know why? You know why? Because when the interviewers see you, especially kung client, they can see that you're being serious. Like, okay, this
You prepared
VA,
for it.
yeah, this VA is prepared. They came. Like, look, when you have face-to-face interviews, do you go in your shirt? Do you go in your like sando?
Yeah.
Diba hindi? We go
You're even wearing
presentable.
heels.
Yeah, sometimes we're wearing heels, but then here it's only half. In the bottom, you can wear
Just this one.
pajamas or
Just
for
a
me,
shirt.
I'm not even wearing bottom. Just a shirt, oh, diba? For girls, you can wear your blouse.
Oh, that's
For guys,
another pros being a virtual assistant.
work from home. Right. So yeah, don't be late. Arrive on time. Wear something, okay, fine, casual, formal, something very decent looking, and then smile. I know it's so weird. Like, CK, why am I gonna smile in an interview? Guys, it works, okay? When you smile, especially in client, it makes you more like approachable, more charming, more
And it's about
engaging.
being natural. They're going to be like comfortable to you.
Right.
Talking
I
to
mean,
you, asking you.
don't be like the whole
Steve,
time.
it's like it's
Don't be
being
like the
pasted.
first day. But you when you're nervous, they can see that. The recruitment executives can see it, and the clients can definitely tell if you're nervous or if you don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, smile and be more natural. And the fourth one is your confidence. I know you always hear
Wear that
this.
confidence.
Yeah, wear that confidence on your sleeve. You really have to show na I'm here to get the job. Do not hire anyone else, hire me. And that is the confidence that you have to come up with. Okay, so
That's
um
card capture. Does Spirit Activate provide benefits such as SSS pag-ibig and PhilHealth? Well, actually, most virtual assistant or platform, virtual, we don't, right? It's a voluntary,
but it's
but
something
it
that we're
really
gonna work
depends,
for
and it
towards the
depends
future.
on, yeah, and it depends on really on a client. Some client
Yeah,
even
some
provide
clients
computer for
will.
you, yeah, provide,
Yeah, guys.
and
Depends on
we
your
have
client though.
we have a lot of experience here in Spirit Rocket. Our VAs, their clients are requesting things for them. So surprise, gift, everything. Hey, can you? Oh, recently one of our clients, if I may share, one of our clients
Mm-hmm.
booked like all of his VA, book a ticket to Boracay, all
Oh,
expense
that's
paid.
so
Yeah,
nice. See, that's so kind.
and some I I think I read it in an email, like headset. Yeah, and
Yeah, for
there's
me in
even
the
one of our
GCs,
free trial. Hmm.
in the
You see
GC,
it
I
too.
can see them saying that, oh, my client's giving me bonus here and there. But sometimes when they put it in the GC, the other VAs get, oh, what about me? They get jealous. So maybe sometimes when your clients are giving you bonus and stuff, maybe just keep it to yourself because there are VAs who get jealous. They're
Oh,
comparing
I
themselves.
asked them. I think I knew that. I'm aware of that. And then if you're going to take a look at it, not in there anymore.
Oh, they removed it now.
Yeah, because I said,
Okay, good.
hey,
Wait,
yeah,
Ma'am Janice, I
some
want to give a
sensitive.
shout out to Bea Sabil, claiming to pass my initial interview next week. Good luck,
Ooh,
Bea. Cheering you
good
on. Watch our
luck.
TikToks and watch our YouTube. Okay.
I'm
Or
gonna see
message me
that.
on Facebook if you want. I'll help you. And then we have here from Roll. Most seems legit, but other companies in creative market give some unpaid test jobs, then no feedback after the test task. Are they legit or scam? Did you encounter that, Ma'am Janice?
I did. I think one of the platform, very familiar is Upwork. They have the project
Mm,
base. So some clients, what they do is like they tell you to do the task first, and then they're not going to pay you.
yeah. I don't know if
But
that's a smart idea. Just be careful with that.
yeah, but there are some. It really depends as well because there are some companies that provides or offer internship or on the job training. For me, if I'm a newbie,
Mm,
I'm really going to grab it.
take it. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because it's still skills, and those skills that you will learn, it's not, what do you call this? It's priceless, and you can
Yes,
use that
yes.
for the rest of your life because
That
you
is
learn it.
such a big opportunity as a
Exactly.
beginner, as a newbie, when you get
Aside,
internships like that.
instead of like when you're a newbie, you can also see some courses like you can enroll, so you have to
Mm-hmm.
pay for it, right? So they can give you the
Certificate
materials like that.
or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So you're still paying them. So why not go with the internship and the OJT,
And
even if it's unpaid?
you're
Yeah,
already having that
hands
day-to-day
on.
task, yeah,
Exactly.
of a VA. I love that. So, Ma'am Janice, we have here from Vince Zachary. I actually like what he said. He said, here's a
Mhm.
tip. Speak like you're selling yourself, highlighting your skill set.
Skill set.
Yon. Totoo yon.
Exactly.
You have to be like, I'm a very good communicator, and you know what? I'm very hardworking. I work under pressure. But yes, highlight your skills. And
And be realistic, of course. Right.
yeah, be honest, because if you lie about your skills and then you get thrown
Exactly.
in the water, girl, you're gonna need to swim. What's gonna happen? The sharks are gonna
And
eat you, diba?
and always sell those, if you are a vendor, sell something that you have in the store, right?
Yeah. Not something you're gonna pre-order pa from China. You don't know how long that will take.
Exactly.
And from JF Guides HD, as aspiring VA, how the
Hmm.
day-to-day tasks would be like? And as operation manager, how would you handle all the stress? Oh, Ma'am Janice, this is for you. Are you
Where is
stressed, Ma'am
that? I
Janice?
didn't.
Are you stressed
Where
by
is
me?
that? Stress?
Here, it's
I
what do you
didn't
call
see
this?
it.
It's
Where
okay.
is that?
It's
Oh,
from JF
JF
Guide.
Guide. As
Yeah.
aspiring VA, how the day to day would be like. Day to day really depends on the position or the role that you'll be having. Before, I used to be a bookkeeper, so it's really a flexible time. The one of my clients or that clients just gave me piece of like no a compilation of receipt. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just going to enter it on a system. So that's how my day is. So I don't have like screenshot monitoring. We don't have to talk like 8 hours because it's a result based task. So like that. And the
Oh, I didn't
second
know that.
one, and as operation manager, how would handle all the stress? Stress with the work. Actually, don't take it personally. I always say that. One of the seminar that I went to, there's a D tip. It's
Mm-hmm.
a I love acronyms. It's very easy to
It
remember. So
yeah
letter
sticks in your brain,
D,
Ma'am
yeah,
Janice.
DTIP, D tip. Don't take it personally. So everything is just,
Oh,
you know, it's just about work. So if
yeah.
someone get, you receive a feedback, not so nice feedback, don't take it personally. They're just telling you that for you to improve. Again, clarity. It's very hard. Like, for example, everything is okay. And then one day they're going to tell you, hey, you're fired. That's hard, right?
Yeah. That's
So,
hard.
yeah, immediate feedback is very important as well.
Let's see. Okay, Ma'am Janice, we're gonna wrap it up because it's 10 p.m. now. I don't think there are any more questions. I don't see any more. But I'm gonna ask one last question before we say
Hmm.
goodbye to everyone in the podcast. What are some key tips and advice for maintaining work-life balance as a VA?
Work life balance.
Yes.
I guess being flexible again or the adaptability, like for example, being a manager. When you are a manager, you wear different hats. Like
Mm-hmm.
for example, because you're handling different kinds of people, right? It's like being a mother. It's like different kids you have. So there are some cheerful kids, there are like very quiet kids, so you have to
Mm.
know what hat are you going to wear. So work life balance, of course, there's a book also like um I forget the title, but it's about being present in the moment.
Oh, that's so true. Being present. Because
The
sometimes
power of now. Yeah, the
the
book is the
power of
power of
now. I know that one. Like sometimes we're so anxious, we're overthinking because our brain is already in the future and it
future.
hasn't happened yet.
Future or in the past.
Future or in the
Just
past,
in the past.
right? But if you're in the present, parang
Live the
you're
moment.
able to breathe, you're able to see your blessings, what you're grateful for. So I like that, being present, being in the now. Yeah. Oh, we have a question, sorry.
Hmm.
From Carl John Dorliak. Any tips on how to pass or survive the training? What to expect during the training?
Training with Spir Rocket Nareva.
I think so. Yeah, I think Sphere. Sphere Rocket ba, guys? Yes,
Yeah,
Sphere.
I
I think
think
with
so.
Kuya Ronald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know,
how
I'm
I
receiving so many good feedback. Like, I'm seeing comments on TikTok, like they're enjoying the training with Kuya Ronald and stuff. So I don't think you should be afraid, Carl. You should just do your
yeah.
best and survive. And
Oh,
survive.
actually, Bella answered. Hi, Carl. Always take note and review everything before the assessment. If you aren't familiar with the tools and such, you can look it in a YT. Very helpful. Yeah. So the
Yes.
resourcefulness is, you know, will be there again. Use be resourceful. So even
Yes.
if you're going to attend the training, sometimes you have to prepare as well, right? So it's about real estate, virtual assistant. So you can research ahead of time about real
Mm-hmm.
estate, what are the terminologies about real estate. So when you're in the training, you can also relate on what the trainer is talking about, and of course, he can easily see that this this student or this trainee um, did a research and you know um, knows about something about
Yeah,
the
knows
real
what they're
estate.
talking about. Yeah,
So
true.
I think
Ito na
you
siya.
will really survive. That's our
Hey
first
guys, say
chat.
everyone. Say everyone. Hello guys, welcome to the podcast. Oh, I want to give a huge shout out to all the Sphere Rocket internal watching right now. You mentioned Bella replied. Is that our
Yeah.
Bella? Bella Sphere?
Yep.
Hi Bella, you're the
Shout
best.
out.
Thank you for watching and supporting us. And
And Venet
to
want to say here, love your job and you'll never have to work a day in your life.
sino ka dyan, Ben? Exactly. Love your job. Show us nga, Ben. Paano yun? Guys, if you want to see Ben and his setup, you can visit our TikTok. Sobrang galing, guys. Sobrang galing ng TikTok niya. You have to watch it. At Sphere Rocket VA. I think there's a ticker in the bottom. Yeah. We're
Carl
almost at
John,
10K.
good luck on your training.
Good luck.
With Ronald.
Good luck. Yes.
John Levy, you'll
What?
never have to work a day in life because you have to work at night.
Just
said
graveyard
that.
shiftings. Totoo.
Yeah.
That should
Yeah,
be a
because
meme.
because Bennett said, love your job and you'll never have to work a day in your life.
Day.
So he said,
Kasi
well,
work
it's
as
not
a
a day
night,
because
guys.
it's night. That's why I love being a VA.
Award.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, I love being a VA too. The very first thing also is like
Well,
you don't have to travel. You know, I used to
yeah,
like
let's
travel.
talk about it. Let's talk about what we love
2 to
about
3
being
hours.
a VA.
Sure.
You
What's
go
your top
first, Ma'am Janice. My top one, not going out. Just being at home sometimes. Oh my gosh, maybe this is kind of too much information, but
Effortless.
sometimes like I literally don't leave the house for the whole week. I'm just at home. Yeah, unless I'm
Same.
gonna go out for like food or something. And then when I go out and then I either travel or I commute or I'm in the mall, I'm like, how do people live like this? There's so many people. Ang naiinis na ako na I wanna go home na. So see, and
You're
I'm an
not used to
extrovert,
it.
guys. If you are work from home, it's gonna turn you into an introvert. So
Yeah.
being at home for sure, not having to deal with traffic, not having to deal with the pollution, not having to deal with paying extra money to angkas or to, ride a bus or something.
Are you in
Yeah,
Manila?
I am.
Especially in
Quezon
Manila,
City.
right? LRT, MRT, you know. Even how
Although
early you are, the line is very
You're still
long.
gonna be
So,
late.
you
Yeah.
don't have to yeah, that's my top one too. Not go and it's effortless because your office or my desk is just here and my bed is just there. So it's like
Yeah.
5 minutes before the shift
That's
time.
true. Get up already. Oh, if you guys are watching, if you want us to give you a shout out or anything you want to say, you can just comment that down below. Don't worry.
What
Ay,
if
meron
there's
na naman.
another question here? Yeah.
What
if
if?
Bennett says law? Thanks for this podcast. It's a great experience and I'm so grateful. Thanks, Benjamin. It's JF
Aw.
Guides. Yeah. What if I have
Yeah.
experience and specific
Experience.
skills? I have, and I want to attend a training to shift into another specific skill set to apply for another position. Is this possible? Yes, it is. I'm not really I don't have any background with bookkeeping, accountancy, but
Hmm.
I happen to land, doing bookkeeping. So I used to be a cold caller too.
You landed the bookkeeping job
Yeah, before.
and you don't have experience in bookkeeping?
No, I don't know.
Ako, Ma'am Janice yan, Lods.
No,
Grabe yun,
I just love numbers. That's all.
Ah.
So, like for example,
I
if
noticed that too, Ma'am Janice. I mean, you mentioned something about economics a while ago, so.
yeah, everything is in exchange of one thing.
Oh, I have a special shout out here from Ledilyn Labanyego. You look like Zainab and Rana Harake. Ma'am CK, excited to be part of Sphere Rocket. # manifesting. # fingers crossed.
crossed.
Thank you so much for the compliment. Arat na. Charot, that's
It is-
Zainab's call in YouTube. And Ledilyn, I'm also manifesting that for you. So good luck to
Yeah.
you. Watch our YouTube, watch our TikTok because we have a lot of tips.
Exactly. Jay answered the JF guy's question. Yes, it is possible. Just tell the recruiter that you want to explore other niche. That's right. There's a lot of niche actually. Just a piece of advice as well, because I used to do, because you really want to have a client, right?
Mhm.
Especially when you're a newbie. So you want to try everything. So I tried executive assistant, I tried bookkeeping, I tried everything.
Lahat
So sometimes, yeah. So it's like a little bit of everything. So, but being a newbie there, um, JF guide is like in the right path. So you have to like, what do you call this? You have to identify what really your niche is and
Yes,
what do you
yes,
want to pursue, so you can focus on it and improve it from time to time,
right.
develop it,
Because you can't be like
innovate it.
you can't be a master at everything. Agad. I mean, through years
Exactly.
maybe of training, but especially as a newbie, find something that you're interested in. For example, you really love videos. Okay, go focus on video editing, Muna. Or you really love social media, Facebook, TikTok. Focus on how can I manage this social media
Yeah.
platform as best as I can. Learn how to make content calendars, learn how to write catchy captions, all of that. Guys, when I first started Sphere Rocket, I didn't know anything. I just knew talking in front of the camera. That's it. I got hired because I was good at speaking in front of the camera, but I didn't know anything about social media. It was Michelle, my amazing, amazing manager, mwah, 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 my amazing manager who
Taught
trained
you.
me. She
Yeah.
taught me everything I know. So, yeah, guys, as a VA, you're gonna be learning things that you never knew na, ay, kaya ko pala to. You're gonna be learning things that you thought that I don't need to do this because it's not aligned with my job role naman, but you're gonna be picking it up like, oh, this is very important, this is
And
gonna make
everything
me
can be
excel.
learned, right?
Everything can be learned. That's so
Except
true.
for soft skills, of course. Hard skills can be learned even overnight if you're really, determined to do it. If you're passionate about it. Ooh,
Shout out
I
out.
think I think he's agreeing.
Yeah, he agrees. You already ate,
Yeah.
huh?
So may I know when I can expect to receive the calendar link for the final interview? I just passed the initial interview yesterday. Thanks.
Congrats.
Vince, like, yeah, Vince Ikari, congratulations on your initial interview. Is it final interview or are you experienced or non-experienced VA?
Baba
Because
ka
if you
muna,
are
be.
non-experienced, you're going to have a second interview or the follow-up interview before the final interview or before the client interview. But if you are if you are an experienced VA, you can um but this is initial. So I think you're going to have like 24 hours if you're going to have the second 24 to 48
Ooh.
hours for
So
the
our
calendar.
process is like initial interview, second interview, then client, right?
Yep, yep. But if you're an experienced VA, you don't have to undergo the initial interview. You will go to the follow-up and then client interview already.
Right. You know,
Ano po yung usuals?
ano po yung
Thanks, Miss
usual.
Glyza, for answering those questions as well.
Thank
Very
you, Ma'am Gly. She's also
nice.
watching. There. Ma'am Glyza, she's a true
Yeah,
MVP here at Sphere Rocket.
and tenured VA
Yes.
of Spiraket. Thanks,
Ako, Ma'am
TL.
Glyza yan.
Jericho Hermoso, ano po yung usual skills na nai-incorporate ng applicant na galing sa BPO experience? Ano,
Ah,
ISA cold caller.
yeah.
Jericho, if you want to pursue the voice job or voice task, no, we real estate has number one VA is real estate cold caller, or they call it ISA. So I used to be a cold caller before, like calling to those numbers and asking them if they want to sell or buy properties like that.
Ma'am Janice, you know the best skill from your BPO experience? Your graveyard shift body.
Yeah, that's your number one.
you have experience now. You're going to be just fine with your
You will not
graveyard shift.
adjust. You don't have to adjust.
Yeah, and also since you have BPO experience, I think your English skills have probably been trained.
Yeah, the comm
So,
skills,
yeah.
right?
That's good.
Yeah, so that's why he asked if he what did he ask again? Parang ano yung na-incorporate daw na role. Of course, and
Ah,
actually those I don't know but I really observe as well that people from BPO, sila din yung madalas na naha-hire din kagad because of course comm skills andun na, di ba?
yeah.
And then yun nga yung the body clock, so they are really willing to do the
And
grave
also, Ma'am Janice, their technical skills.
yeah,
How they are
multitasking.
with their
Techie, tech
techie.
savvy.
There, that's the word. Their tech skills. Like they already know how
Yeah.
to use the computer. They already know how to, use applications because they
Yeah,
were
there's a lot of
trained in the
skills that you
BPO.
can offer actually.
So yeah, ISA is good. Just a Reva, like a real estate virtual assistant in general. Even executive assistant, I think is good.
Yep.
No?
Yeah, because they already have this logical thinking as well, because BPO are like doing things multitasking and then solving problems from customers as well. From Vince, he's an experienced VA. Vince, actually, we don't have a specific timeline for the client interview because it really depends what is being scheduled, what clients are being scheduled. So if your skill set or the position that you're applying for, if we have someone like that, you can be shortlisted as ASAP. But if we don't have it yet, like for example, we don't have client um scheduled on this week, on this month. So you will receive the calendar invite once you are shortlisted and match if your credential will match one of our clients.
Yes. What Ma'am Janice said. Oh, we have a question from Drya Geraldo.
Mhm.
Hi, what specific VA position would fit me if I have a background in real estate and also admin work?
There's a lot.
A lot. Like what, Ma'am Janice?
Executive assistant, because she said administrative work, right?
Yeah, admin.
Data entry. We also have
Has real
data
estate.
entry. Yep.
Real estate background.
Yeah. And if you have like transaction coordinator, you might want to research some YouTube videos about transaction coordinator. That's one of the most in demand
In demand.
position with real estate.
I
It's
see
very
that
hard to look for it
almost
as well.
weekly, Ma'am Janice, in our job postings. Need transaction coordinator. Need transaction coordinator.
Yeah, it's very critical or crucial job because it's
What's the day-to-day
about.
task of that?
Oh my God. Actually, what I know there is I have a partner before when I used to be an ISA and a follow-up.
Mhm.
So he is the one transacting the contract, whatever
Okay.
contract that they have to fill up, both the buyer and the seller of the property. So
Mhm.
those things. So it's very crucial because it's a contract. So you have to be
Yikes.
very
So you,
keen to detail.
yeah, like detail-oriented. You
Yep.
can't really make mistakes because it's a crucial thing. But if you are like a perfectionist, you have already experience in that, then go lang.
Yeah. OJ answered also, Dara, it is local or international? Yeah, we forgot to ask if it's a local or international. If the former, you can attend Reva training. Yeah. Or, if you didn't, or if you haven't started with Spirit Rocket yet, so um, go to our website or the application form, fill out the application form, so you will be verified. The verification, it takes just like 24 to 48 hours, and then you will be scheduled for initial interview right away.
Yes.
True, agree. So everyone will do fine in the VA industry because the client itself will provide the workflow and you just have to get used to it. The challenge is starting up. I agree with John.
Yes.
That's why that's why my piece of advice as well, when you're already there, you landed a client, take care of your client as well. Because sometimes
guys.
there are also VA that, don't realize how hard it is starting up,
To land
and
the
they
client.
forget. Yeah, and they forgot what happened to them way back when they're starting. So it's like it's very easy for them not to like let go of the client, do
Yeah.
things, not very
And also,
careful.
Ma'am Janice, like give yourself and give your clients a chance. Because there are some VAs, I see this a lot in the group chat na parang only 1 week pa lang or 2 weeks pa lang, and then they wanna change client na agad. Na parang, oh, I wanna switch my client, ganito, ganyan. But it's not that easy. Kasi syempre, if we already matched you with a client, we need to give chance to the others who don't have a client
Yeah.
yet. So if we match you with another client, that could have been for someone who never had a client yet, diba? And minsan you need to, it really takes adjustment. Any work takes
Action.
adjustment, you know?
Yeah, I
So
want
you need to give a
highlight that.
chance.
Like for example, UCK, if you're
Yeah.
very new to industry, do you give definite time, like to yourself, if you say, if
Mhm.
you will, like for example, because for me, I give myself 3 months before I can say that, oh, this is really for me, or
Yeah.
3 months is like fair enough to say like we're good fit. But if
Yes,
it's just 1 month, 1 week, 2 weeks,
or 2 weeks.
less than 3 months,
3 months is
it's
pretty
too
good
early
actually.
to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's so many things that can happen, Ma'am
3
Janice, in
months
3 months.
rule.
Right? We're gonna guys, we're not talking about
Iba
the
na naman
3 month
yung mo.
breakup rule. Ikaw kaya nagano. Oh, we have another question from Card Captor Sakura.
Mhm.
Follow-up question. Can you fail a client interview or you will help us finally land a client?
Yeah, there's no actually fail. We don't say that way. It's like, if most usually we have 5 to 7 candidates shortlisted for that specific client, and then
Mm-hmm.
that client will interview all those applicants one by one, and then
Right.
he's going to choose from those applicants. If you are not chosen, it doesn't mean you failed, because that means he finds someone that really fits his needs. So what are we
Yeah.
going to do is we will shortlist you again to our upcoming clients who's going to schedule with same
Needs as
needs.
your
Yeah,
skills.
exactly.
And we're gonna find it's like a matchmaker. We're gonna find you're the
Right, of
one.
course.
Oh,
Right, go on.
and sometimes it takes a long time to find the one, but you need to be patient.
And it's not easy to find the one, okay? So you have to be
Yeah,
very
it's not
patient.
roll size. Do we have any more question?
Not fail. Oh, yeah. As of the moment, our Spirit Rocket website is only visible. Ah, yeah, because someone asked, is there a Spirit Rocket website? Landing page of the link in Philippines will be routed to application form. Yeah. So if you're going to go to www.peerjobs.ph,
Jobs.ph.
yeah, you will see the application form there. So fill out those, and then you will be verified by
Yes.
our sourcing department.
Yes. So, Ma'am Janice, let's talk about our struggles as a Sphere Rocket VA. What have you
Struggle.
experienced na that you overcame?
Struggles.
Something that you think will help for people to hear.
Struggles. Aside from sleep routine,
Mm-hmm.
what else? Maybe sometimes well, everywhere you can find this, right? So there's no perfect company actually. So of course sometimes miscommunications, that's why I love our core values, because it's the path that we are going to go there, all of us. Like
Mm-hmm.
better every day, extreme ownership. I think those struggles sometimes we have that in Spirit Rocket.
Accountability.
Yeah, that's right.
True.
And I love the feeling of abundance.
Ah,
It's really about the yeah, and it's really not just about the financial, right? Abundance, like being grateful for everything that you have. And
perfect.
we're blessed with Spirit Rocket.
It is. No, any work from home job that you have, guys, it's a big blessing, honestly. And it really humbles me every time I go out and I see people who are,
Yeah.
doing the normal jobs. Parang, oh my gosh, I'm so happy
And
that I'm at
and we
Sphere.
have to admit as well the salary itself, right? It's the
Oh,
salary
we
is
didn't
very
talk about that
competitive.
yet. Salary.
Yeah.
Nobody asked in the questions. In
Yeah,
fairness, usually
actually.
that's the first. How much do you make at Sphere Rocket? What's the salary? How much do you get paid in an hour? Wow, nobody asked. I
So
like
they're
that.
very interesting with those processes. Very good, right?
Mm,
Because that's the last thing that you have to ask, the salary, because you have to know the process first, or what are the qualifications, etc.,
right.
before you're going to ask for the salary. But comparing to corporate world or here in the Philippines, we can say that being a virtual assistant. Oh, and I want to highlight that too, because sometimes they want to transition to being a virtual assistant. First is because of the
Money.
salary, right? Yeah, so sometimes if you start with that, if you have that biggest or deepest why are you doing this, so if just that the reason your reason is just that salary,
So I can get
um
rich.
yeah, so sometimes you might lost your path, because of course you're just aiming for the higher
You might get
higher
like demotivated too. Well, guys,
frustrated. Yeah.
of course we're not gonna say that money's not important. Syempre, everyone wants money. Everybody wants to have like a better lifestyle. Everybody wants to spoil
Mm-hmm.
their family and stuff. But I think what Ma'am Janice is saying is like you have to have other deeper whys into going through the VA route, like the career path of becoming a VA. Cause yun nga, medyo na Na-brainwash na tayo sa social media. Like TikTok, you can make 100K like a month, six figures, ganito, ganyan. And I get it. It's something that you can get hooked as, especially if you're a person who wants more for yourself, you want to give more to your family. But if that's the only factor, it might be draining. It can drain your energy. It can be heartbreaking if you don't get that result agad. And if you don't find the right people that you enjoy working with, if you don't find the right agency or company. And
Because of the
with
expectation of that.
yeah, with Sphere Rocket, both our CEOs, Ma'am Shireen and Justin, they always say this: apply to everyone. Don't just apply to Sphere Rocket, apply to everyone, but you will understand. You will understand when you are in the system of Sphere, the communication, the guidance, and also
Yeah.
the community.
And focus on developing yourself first. You can ask
Mm.
higher, you can be given higher
Mm-hmm.
if they can see that you are, improving, developing, innovating yourself rather
Yeah.
than just sticking on what you have when you landed that client.
Yeah. If you
Right? So
don't
have that
ask,
initiative.
you'll
Yeah.
never know. Oh my gosh, I saw a post on Facebook. Lahat na lang Facebook, no? Kinakain na ng Facebook. I saw a post on Facebook, Ma'am Janice. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. But if you ask, the options will always be open. And if you ask and then they say no, then at least you tried, diba? At
Yeah.
least,
You'll never know.
yeah,
But
you
at least
gave
you try
yourself
mo.
that chance.
Kasi you'll have that what if moment. What if I asked? What if
Hmm.
sayang,
Oh,
right?
we have a question from May. May Antoinette Artienda. I'm currently working part-time for a US client. Can I still apply to Sphere Rocket?
Yep, we are accepting part timers.
Shim. So yeah, guys, you
Oh,
can still
but you have
apply.
to correct me, Glai. You have to correct me. Can it be like because here in Spiraket, like part timer is like two clients here in Spear. So I'm not
So it
sure with that
depends.
one. Really, yeah.
Depends on the client. Our TLs will reply to you. But I
Mm,
think so far I know some people who have like who
yeah,
do part time as well. As long as like Ma'am Shireen always says this, as long as it doesn't like mesh with the time zone of your Sphere Rocket client.
yeah. You
Gets mo
can
ba?
have like part time here, part time there, and then both same time.
No, no,
That's not
cannot be.
fair.
Cannot be. Yeah, that's
Your
unfair because
focus
you're
is
not going to be able to give your best to that client. But if,
yeah,
example, you have a day shift part-time or something, pero US client yung ano niya eh. Well, I guess depende sa time zone.
yeah.
Case-to-case basis.
That's right. And is there any benefits working in Spear Rocket? So if you landed a client, JF guides, it really depends on the client. So Jay says here, none. Just like with other agencies, you will be directly working with the clients. It is up to the client whether they will be giving you extra pay bonuses for mandated benefits. Yeah, that's correct. So
Yeah, depending on
there
the
are
client
some
po.
very generous client that support, like for example insurances like that, or they give on top of their salary, they give extra pay.
Yeah, health
um
reimbursement.
yeah, for the government mandated contribution as well. Yes,
Yes,
possible,
yes.
but depends on the client. Yeah, that's correct also with Jay,
It doesn't
because
hurt to ask.
hmm, correct. See,
Yes, any more other questions, guys?
we have lots of very cooperative audience too
Thank you.
out there. Thank you so much, especially to TL Gloy answering
Thank
those
you so
questions.
much. Yeah, but I think we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon. It's already 10:30. I want to say a big thank you, Ma'am Janice, for spending time here with me on our very first
No,
podcast.
it's my pleasure.
I enjoyed so much, had a nice conversation. I think we answered a lot of people's questions, got a lot of people interested in the topics, or, I just answered their Sphere Rocket application
Yeah.
questions in general. But yeah, guys, for our next episode, we'll probably have it 2 weeks from now, and I may get a different guest. I don't know yet who, so stay tuned in for that. Ooh,
Jay is
we may,
Jason Spear, haha. Jason,
huh?
thank you. Si Jason pala yarn.
Oh, hello, Kuya
Ask
Jason.
permission po muna if payag yung current client mo, and as long as na hindi siya mag-interfere when you're working with that client, that is fine. So both client, he's talking about both client, yeah. Thank you,
Okay, okay.
Jason. Hopefully match with client for the next client interview. God bless everyone. God bless. Sana mahanap
God
niyo ng
bless
the
you
one
too.
sa
Yes,
Spear
yes, yes.
Rocket. Kasi marami naman na nakahanap ng
Alrighty.
the one.
Especially
So,
now with our CEO, Justin Nelson, he's in America right now. He's going to different conferences. He's really doing his best to promote Sphere Rocket there to get clients. We are expecting more, no, Ma'am
yeah,
Janice, in the
there's a lot of
next
projects,
yeah
unending project. It's planting season.
planting season. Okay,
Excited
that's a
for the
wrap,
harvest season.
guys. Waiting for the harvesting season. When kaya
Huh?
yan?
I,
Patient.
I thought I thought you said waiting for the right one season.
Waiting for the right one. Comment down below. Charot! naging dating app. Okay, guys, let's wrap this up. Thank you again for watching.
Thank you so much,
Good night
everyone.
po. Follow our Instagram and our TikTok, especially our TikTok and our Facebook. Bye, everyone.
Can I request daw po ba with initially refer the property management role? Sabi ni Jericho.
Ano daw?
Oh, just
Ma'am Janice,
Jericho, you
took a wrap.
can.
Ay, wait.
Okay, you say bye bye na. I'll just tell him that Jericho, you just have to email the person that emailed you or our recruiter that emailed you
Yes.
para masagot niya yan. Thank you everyone.
Okay. Good
Do
night,
you want to
guys. Thank you
apply
for
as a Sphere
watching.
Rocket virtual
Click the like
assistant?
button and subscribe
Well,
below.
look no further because this video is for you. I will be telling you which requirements you will need to submit in order to apply to our new website, plus a few tips and tricks to help you with your initial interview. We have achieved a better way for you to send in your application, so let's begin. Step 1. Visit our website
At www.spherejobs.ph.
Step 2. Fill in the application by inputting your full name, email, number, and other questions that you will need to answer in order to move on to the next step. Step number 3. Send screenshots of your updated CV, Tony Robbins PDF result, internet speed screenshot with a minimum of 10 Mbps, a scanned copy of your government ID, and your portfolio with sample works. Step 4. Click the submit button and wait patiently for our email. Now here are some tips on how to stand out during your initial interview. Tip number 1. Dress up as if you were going to an in-person interview. Wearing something formal will give the interviewer a sign that you are serious about applying to this job role. Tip number 2. Find a quiet space where your interview will be held. There's nothing worse than getting distracted by the noise around you and not being able to understand what the interviewer is saying. Tip number 3. Be yourself and show up as confidently as you can. Know what you bring to the table and honor your worth. Interested in becoming a part of our team? Submit your application now
At www.spherejobs.ph.
Good luck! Do you want to apply as a Sphere